Hey guys, what's cracking? Godsman here, coming at you with another V-Fight night. We're almost done with these. We're down to the last 4 decks, and for this one, the penultimate battle of this reveal season for V Revival 2025, we've got the Grateful Catapult, aka Spike Brothers, taking on the Academia Beasts themselves. Great Nature. Leading the charge are going to be the Honorary Professor archetype. Archetype from G that has now been brought back to the surface in V Revival. Chat Noir was technically already released, but now with V Revival, we have a fully fleshed out archetype for you to take your hands in, and I'm happy to show you guys how these cards function. Up in the top corner, bearing the red gloves, I've got my co-host here, Zenon, who's going to get his football on here, if I do say so myself. How are we doing tonight, Zenon?
Doing great. I'm gonna show in this fight that bronze beats brains.
It's like that's our thing or something, but yeah, that is our theme today. It's going to be the jocks versus the nerds here, but no, you see, the pen is mightier than the football, my friend. I will show you thusly. Let's begin in earnest. Stand up,
And my
Vanguard. Schoolyard Prodigy locks.
Running Sniper. Drawing a card, and then I ride from my hand UFO, the unlucky flying object. Below the starter, I draw a card.
What the truly unlucky thing is that he had to be subjected to a dumb sport like football, and then the comments go up in flames from that comment. Guys, I like football. My favorite football team is Seattle Seahawks. Trust.
All right. So skill of starter, draw a card, which I've already done, and skill of UFO. When placed on van or rear, I Soul Blast 1. Look at the top 3 cards of my deck, and I get to bind any one card from among them. I'll bind the Agile fullback in there. And then I get to shuffle the deck, and since it was placed on Vanguard, I get to draw a card.
Nice. My, getting advantage and set up right away. How un-Spike Brothers of you. We might be witnessing a different kind of Spike Brothers this time around. I'm going to draw a card. Now, let's begin by riding into Honorary Assistant Mikesaburo. I'll flip over Energy Generated version V in my Crest Zone, get 3 energy. Then, from the starter skill of Schoolyard Prodigy Locks, I'll draw a card and subsequently gain the Quick Shield ticket to my hand. Ooh, that draw. I drew nothing. You don't know what I drew. And now Mikesaburo skill. When placed on the Vanguard circle, I can reveal a normal unit from my hand and place it on the bottom of the deck in order to draw a card. But if the card that I revealed and put at the bottom of the deck is a Grade 3 or greater card, I can then draw an additional time. I reveal Lifelong Army Professor Sylvestre. By placing on the bottom of the deck, I can draw 2 cards. Doesn't take a mathematician to tell you that 4 is greater than 3. Okay. And then, ooh, let's call Telescope Rabbit. Telescope Rabbit is going to lend its support to Mikesaburo's attack for 16.
No guard. Bring it on.
You bet. Drive trigger check. No trigger.
Damage check. Trigger.
And I pass the turn over to you, my pugnacious fellow. That's a fun voice to do, but I don't think I keep it up.
I energy charge 3. And then I ride from my hand a new card. I ride Go for Broke.
That's what everyone is when they try to afford this card game.
Go for Broke skill. When placed on Van or Rear, I pay the cost of CB1 and bind a card from my hand. I then get to search my deck for a card with the same grade as the bound card.
Oh, you bound a Wonder Boy!
Yes, and I'm gonna call another Wonder Boy.
My, how sussy of you.
Doing everything. Now, because Go for Broke was placed on Vanguard Circle, I also get to draw a card. And then Wonder Boy skill at the start of the main phase, because this was placed during the ride phase of this turn. I get to put it to Soul and search my deck for another copy of Wonder Boy, and call it out to the rear guard.
Ooh, interesting. Okay, more deck thinning, and that got you effectively a free soul for it. That's pretty nice, I'm not gonna lie. Now, you do have Wonder Boy skill if you're willing to put back Running Sniper into that deck.
That I don't like.
Okay, we don't need that back. Good choice. Running Sniper is not particularly the best member of the football team, even though he looks like he's pretty solid. I mean, the guy has a whole sniper rifle in his left hand, and he's still running that. That's awesome.
Yeah. Like, the dude is running with a full-on sniper rifle in one hand.
Dude, Gallows Ball's awesome. Oh, those things are, like, insane, dude. You gotta get, like, tripods for them and stuff like that. Yeah, and they're, like, they're multi-segmented. Like, they're long as hell, dude. That's what she said.
Alright, so I'm gonna call Mecha Analyzer, actually, and Charging Build Collector. With Mecha Analyzer skill, I move it into the Soul to give one of my units an additional 3k power. I'll give it to Charging Build Collector, and then since no Mecha Analyzer has been placed into the Soul this turn, I get to draw a card. I'm then gonna call Sonic Blitz and activate its ability. When placed on the rear guard circle, I Soul Blast 2 cards that do not have the name Sonic Blitz from the... and then get the counter charge and a draw card.
Oh my god, dude. My boy is just getting these cards out. I mean, I know this is Spike Brothers, but wow, that's aggressive of you.
Oh yeah.
Man, if only you tackled your studies as hard as you tackled other players.
And now, well, you'll see how hard I can tackle. 8k to the Vanguard.
Quick Shield.
Alright. 13k to the Vanguard.
I'll take that. No, Chat Noir.
And then we're gonna swing 23 to the Vanguard.
And I will now guard with Contradictory Instructor Shellmaster. However, he is uniform of purpose despite his name. I will now Konzengarter this attack, and I will not need to discard after this battle as I have not ridden the grade 3.
Right, check. No trigger. Now, at the very end of this turn, a Charging Build Collector activates. I pay the cost of Soul Blast 1. No, you do not. I then bind it and draw a card.
I see you're building up that bind zone quite a bit.
Definitely. Alright then. I pass the turn there.
Okay. Let's draw. Energy Charge 3. Let's ride up into Treaty's Panther. And then I call another Panther. Move it back. And then we're going to call Law Official Locks to Rearguard Circle. And I call another Locks. See, I can be aggressive too. I'm gonna rest Telescope Rapid, and now one of my rear guards is gonna get 5,000 power. Furthermore, all my other units in the same column as Telescope Rapid will get 5,000 power. But that's not all. At the end of the turn, I can put Telescope Rapid into the Soul if I wish, and I have to retire the unit that gained the 5,000 power. So I'm going to give to Law Official Locks 5,000 power, and the unit in front of my Telescope Rapid, which is my Treaty's Panther, also gets 5,000. We begin. Law Official Locks is going to attack on your Sonic Blitz.
Attack on Sonic Blitz. And I'll try to cut down the amount of soul I can. I won't guard.
And now, let's attack with Treaty's Panther for 14.
You say?
You bet.
I won't guard.
Drive trigger check. Ah, it is Shock Savage.
Damage check. Heal trigger. I recover 1 point of damage. I apply 10,000 power to the Vanguard.
Unfortunate. That means that I can no longer hit with Law Official Lock, so it's just going to get nuked now. And at the end of the turn, I'm going to place Telescope Rabbit into the soul. I pass the turn over to you.
Right. And draw a card. Stand. Energy charge. 3. Leading the charge. Grateful Catapult. Imaginary Gift. Force 1. I'm gonna call a Tyrant Receiver to the rear guard. Not playing this one.
Okay.
Now, Catapult has an interesting set of skills, but due to my current damage count, these skills are actually somewhat hindered. So, what we're gonna do is simply just swing on Vanguard and activate Catapult's ability. By paying the cost of counterblast 1, binding a card to my hand. I can choose any number of cards on my bind zone whose total grades are equal to the amount of cards in my damage zone. Since I only have one card, I can only call a grade 1 unit. That will be Wonder Boy.
Wonder Boy. Alright.
Skill of Wonder Boy, I can choose any one non-grade 1 unit from my drop zone, return it to the bottom of the deck, to gain an additional 5,000 power.
Oh, increasing your trigger count, I see. That's surprisingly astute for a jock.
And now this attack is coming at you for just a plain old 21.
I'll take it.
Swing drive, first check, no trigger, second check,
Ooh.
Draw trigger. Not the one I put back, but surprisingly, enough. I give 10,000 power over to the Wonder Boy, draw a card.
I'll damage check then. No trigger. I wonder what else you have for me.
Well, we're gonna take it just a little bit of this is just the warm-up. I swing Wonder Boy boosted by Tyrant Receiver at your Vanguard.
Let's see. 23.
31.
31. Alright. In which case, I'm going to guard with Refuge Spangle. Thanks to Spangled's skill, because Wonder Boy was placed during the battle phase this turn, I'm able to give it 10,000 shield, putting him up to 34.
Alright. And then at the end of the battle, Tyrant Receiver activates, binding it and the Wonder Boy in front of it. So, and if I had less than 6 or less cards in my hand, I would be able to draw one. But since you're not at grade 3, its other skill is closed off for the time being. So I'll just pass the turn over to you.
You're keeping it in hiding, are you? Alright then. Well, while you go drink your Gatorade, I'm going to go ahead and stand and draw. And now, Visionary of the Future, go ahead and teach this fool a lesson. I ride Honorary Professor, Chat Savage. With skill of Treaties Panther, when rolled upon by a unit with Honorary Professor in its card name, I can either draw a card or call Treaties to a rear circle. I'm going to do the latter and call Treaties Panther to the back row here. Then, activate skill of Chat Savage. Chat Savage is going to counterblast 1, and I'm going to take a card from my hand and place it into Le Sol. I'll place... yeah. Let's place another Sylvester into that soul. By doing this, I can search the deck and search for up to 2 Honorary Professors in their different card names. Yep, any 2 Honorary Professors I choose.
Before that, you might want to get your Excel marker.
Oh, yep. Let me go ahead and draw 1 card and get an Excel. Ooh, LOL. I was on such a roll too. I was doing so good, and then I make that mistake, and it's all going down the drain. Ah, science is angry.
I thought you were supposed to be the smart one.
Maybe we're all finding out surprises. You know what? I'll also Energy Blast 7 and draw before I even get the skill off. You know, let's just get everything out of the way here while we have a chance. I have no other means of Energy Blasting this turn meaningfully. Okay, so let's go ahead and search throughout the bulwark of my deck. I think I'm going to add... Let's go for you, my friend. And then I think I'm going to go for a copy of Shavadit to the hand as well. Ah, very nice. Now, there's a skill that I haven't informed you of yet. After Chat Sauvage activates its skill and adds those 2 Honorary Professors, all my Honorary Professor units are going to gain 10,000 shield and the ability to intercept. So, even though you may think I am breaking with Grade 3 graders, Great Nature is never so dull. I have plenty of shield to give. And then, from my hand, let me go ahead and call... Let's call... I'll move you up. Yes. Call Shavadit to the Excel marker here. And... calling... No, I stay in my hand here. If you're going to play conservatively, then so shall I. Now, Treaty's Panther has a skill. It gains 1,000 power for each grade of my Vanguard. Because my Vanguard is currently grade 3, we're going to get an extra 3,000 power to each of them. Furthermore, if the opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, Treaty's Panther can attack from the back row center. Ooh, I don't have very much power going around here. It's not until turn 4 that my true potential can be shown, much like yourself. Therefore, I won't be needing the extra defense. Let me go ahead and move Treaty's Panther where he is safe for the time being. I will simply swing for a 1-to-pass with Chat Sauvage on your Vanguard. 12 on 13, my friend.
I won't guard.
Then,
bring it on.
Let's do a twin drive. The first check. Oh my, a heal trigger. In which case, I'm going to grant 10,000 power to Shavadit and recover a damage. And then, as for my second check, it's a no trigger. Oh, just when I EB7 the energy cycle that comes in, it seems we may be playing standard after all, in a sense.
Wait, also, aren't you supposed to apply the power to the Vanguard if you want the attack to hit?
No, but that's the thing. I don't want the attack to hit. Because now, Shavadit is going to swing at you. This is going to be for a total of 27, but then it gets 5,000 power with its own skill. So this is going to be for 32 on your Vanguard.
32. No guard. Damage check. No trigger.
It appears I was afraid for nothing. Now, if I do apply this effect, Shavadit must destroy itself, unfortunately. Now, I would get a countercharge, but I did not foresee that heal trigger coming into play, so countercharge is effectively pointless. However, I will pass the turn over to you. I may not look very threatening right now, but believe me, brain power is power nonetheless.
Stand that I draw. I'll ride once again. Grateful Catapult. Gaining an imaginary gift, force 1, placing it onto my other front row rearguard circle. Next up, with the skill of Wonder Boy, I am simply going to move to the soul, yet I'll fail to find another copy. I only run 3, so I'm completely out. I'll still stumble to death.
Interesting. That effect, you pay a cost of putting into the soul to use that effect, so you didn't have to activate it. So I must wonder why. Ah, that is why you have an agile fullback. The timing on that, holy crap. Oh man, man, to think we don't script these at all, holy crap.
Alright, with Agile Fullback, when it is placed onto the rearguard circle, back row center rearguard circle specifically, it is allowed to attack from there. And if it was placed by a card's ability, it would also be able to gain 10k power. Since it was just placed in hand, it doesn't get that extra 10k. I'll still give it power by using Mecha Analyzer. Moving Mecha Analyzer into the soul. I give it 3k power, and since no Analyzer is placed into the soul this turn, I get to draw a card.
And that means you can hit my Vanguard now. Who taught you math? Who allowed this?
Who allowed this indeed? Next, I'm going to call, yet again, Sonic Blitz, activating its skill to Soul Blast 2.
That's why you did it. You're just building soul for draws.
I am building soul, converting it into draw power.
I am not used to this, Spike Brothers. You buffoons usually throw down your entire hand for just a few petty attacks. What is this?
This is a might you have never seen before.
The grateful Catapult.
Alright, I'm gonna move Sonic Blitz up and call a Tyrant Receiver behind it.
Mm-hmm. You
to
again.
Start, we'll swing 13 on 12 with Agile Fullback. This activates Grateful Catapult's ability. When a rear guard attacks during this turn, I gain 5,000 power to Grateful Catapult. And since there is a Grateful Catapult in the bind zone, his original critical becomes 2, as long as your Vanguard is a great rear greater.
Oh my! I shall intercept post-haste with the Law Official.
Next, Sonic Blitz, boosted by Tyrant Receiver, will attack for a grand total of 26.
That is a pain in the behind to guard, therefore I shan't. No trigger.
Alright. Sonic Blitz and Tyrant Receiver are bound to the effect of Tyrant Receiver.
And once more, your hand is above the excessive limit needed to draw a card. Why do you keep insist on doing this?
Well, because there's an additional ability for it. When Tyrant Receiver allows me to pay the cost of ED4 and call out a unit from the bind zone.
Oh, come on.
Call Charging Bill Collector. And when Charging Bill Collector is placed from the bind zone or bound, I get to choose one of my units and give it 5k power. I'll choose its Stealth.
Ooh.
Charging Bill Collector attacks the Vanguard for 25. Yet again, another 5k power to Grateful Catapult.
This could pose a problem. I shall damage check to deny you heal range. Aha! And science has been rewarded. My calculations have allowed me to dig into a defensive draw trigger. 10,000 power goes to Chat Savage, and I draw. But of course...
I don't think that draw trigger will even allow you to save off. You'll still need to guard or take anything. Grateful Catapult swings, activating its skill. When it attacks, I bind a card from my hand and choose units from my bind zone whose total grade equals the number of cards in my damage zone. I choose 2 grade 1s.
Oh, I see. I limited your damage to limit the skill, but if you just call 2 grade 1s, you can still get 2 calls. I'll need to enter this into the calculations. Oh no, not Dexter.
Dexter indeed!
Oh no! Okay, that's actually pretty bad. I see. Who let you off the restriction list?
He's on the watch list. Nobody's banned him yet.
I know, and we all make mistakes.
Hold on. Actually, first, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use Wonder Boy skill, putting the trigger on the bottom of the deck.
Okay, fine. Oh, I see. To explain to the audience, by using Wonder Boy first to put the trigger back, and then using Ambush Dexter, you then have to shuffle for Dexter's effect afterwards, thus resetting the RNG with that trigger included. Very good.
So we're gonna call Breach Spurt.
But I have no interceptors.
Go for broke. He's for a different purpose.
Intriguing.
Now I shuffle the deck, So this attack is coming at you for 28 to critical.
Offensive. Let me begin the defense with Refugee Spangled. Again, because you have an extra unnatural critical, he gets an extra 10,000 to the shield. This is going to put me in combination with a 10,000 to a grand total of 47. And just because safety is better than the alternative, I'm going to then guard with Bicolor Baku. By counterblasting a singular card, I am then granted an additional draw. Oh, very nice. That will be a no pass, good sir. But feel free to try and hit triggers anyway. Haha.
Well, hey, I just put one back, so who knows if it shows up. Drive check. Critical trigger.
How barbaric!
We're gonna place everything on the go for broke on the rear guard circle.
You actually do kind of sound like a jock
check.
now. You're like, I don't know if it's coming, but if it's gonna come, it's gonna come.
Another go for broke. Not useful at this moment.
Thank you kindly,
Alright.
gents.
Next up, Breach Spurt boosted by Wonder Boy will attack. Activating the effect of Breach Spurt, I choose one normal unit from my drop zone and place it on bottom of the deck. I'll choose one of the Wonder Boys sitting in there.
Oh! Oh, I see.
That's what he served his purpose for. This attack is coming at you for 33 on the Vanguard.
It turns out football still requires smarts. I will take this attack. Oh my, a copy of my own self. Unfortunate.
At the end of the battle, Breach Spurt moves to the soul and I draw a card. Next up, Go for Broke attacks the Vanguard boosted by Ambush Dexter. Go for Broke skill activates at this time when attacking from the rear guard circle. It gains an additional 10,000 power, but he must bind himself at the end of this battle. On top of the 4 marker, this brings it up to 48,000 with 2 crits.
Oh, 30 shield. Well, I see your barbarism knows no ends. Well then, I had to think about this a bit. Why yes, I believe it's time for a quintet wall. Finecoat Maltese shall intercept that attack. By counterblasting one, I can look at the top 5 cards in the deck. Let's see. Ah, yes. I shall call Cable Sheep to the rear guard, or Guardian Circle rather, and then by using Cable Sheep's skill, as long as I discard 1 card from my hand, I can nullify the attempt. How's that for defense?
Pretty good, I must say. Though once again, at the end of the battle, Go for Broke skill resolves binding. That will be the end of this turn.
My. And here I was expecting more. Let me stand and draw. Alright, I believe it's time to show you the true might of intelligence. I ride to grade 4. Lifelong honorary professor, Sylvester. Sylvester gains imaginary gift. Oh yes, but don't get used to that grade, it's going to get much higher. You'll see what I mean. First, I gain the imaginary gift Excel and draw a card. However, and energy charge 3. However, Sylvester, when placed on the Vanguard circle, forces me to then get rid of all of my imaginary gift Excel. But it's well worth the exchange, because now for each one removed, I gain yet another draw. And just like that, from 1 card comes 3. How do you like them apples? But then, Sylvester has a continuous skill. You see, at the beginning of the main phase, he gets the ability that he gets an extra grade for each of my honorary professor cards on the rear circle in play or in the soul. So, with a total of 2 honorary professors in the soul, he's going to get an extra 2 grades. He is now a grade 6. For each grade on my Sylvester, all of my units, including himself, are going to gain 1,000 power during my turn. And bear in mind that he was already grade 4, so that's a total of 6,000 power to all of my units. And
they each gain an additional 1,000 power for each grade, so they get like. Math is hard.
Math is hard indeed, my friend. 6 plus 6 is 12, so they each get 12,000 power for so far. They're both at 21, but this is going to get even greater. You see, Sylvester has one final ability up his sleeve. By soul blasting one card, I can choose 2 cards from either my rear circle or my soul with Honorary Professor that are grade 3 and their different card names, and I can acquire all of their abilities until the end of the turn. So, I'm going to choose my newly called Shabadit as well as the Chat Sauvage and the Soul, and Sylvester will gain their abilities for this turn. Furthermore, with Shabadit being there, that's an extra 1,000 power to all of my units, 2,000 to each Treatise Panther. Oh my. Now, Shabadit has a skill that allows it to Energy Blast 3 in order to choose a rear guard in the back row, and it can attack from that back row, provided that I then get it destroyed at the end of the turn again. I know, quite barbaric, something you're quite used to, but I do get to draw from it, so at least it's not senseless violence. And now, let's Counterblast 1 in order to activate the skill obtained by Chat Sauvage. I Counterblast 1, and I'll place from my hand into Soul. I believe I'll place... This is quite the quandary indeed, because I have so many appetizing options. Yes, I'm going to place Baku in there. It's not worth its cost at this stage of the game. Now, from the drop zone, I'm going to reacquire Honorary Professor Chat Noir that was healed earlier in this game. Welcome back to the fray, my friend. And then from the deck, let's get another Chat Sauvage into my hand. Alright. And, of course, just like last time, I, the player, gained the skill that all of my Honorary Professors get Intercept and Shield plus 10,000. Now, I only have 5 rearguard circles to work with, but I can certainly make the most of them. So let's call a Chat Noir, and I'll also call a Chat Sauvage. That's another 2 grades to my Sylvester. So, in total, with 9,000 power, we're gonna give 9,000 to all of my units. Yes, quite impressive. I'm sure you jocks have the adage that size matters. Well, look at this.
I mean, all it's looking like is just one defense here. Blocks off a lot of these attacks.
Oh, then you haven't been studying enough, my friend, but what else is new? Now, I'm going to exchange the positions of Treatise Panther and Honorary Professor Chat Sauvage. Chat Sauvage has a skill which states that not only cannot be chosen by card effects, but provided that Chat Sauvage is in the back row without another copy, and my Vanguard's total grade is 6 or more, yes, this will be on the test, it can attack from the back row. Think of it as Honor the Goster Dragon for this deck. Then, I'm going to Energy Blast 3 in order to utilize the skill inherited from Shabadit to then choose Shabadit, and it can attack from the back row, but it will also be the unfortunate unit to then get destroyed. However, if you were paying attention to what Shabadit could do last turn, you'll realize that that's not exactly that much of a downside, if at all. Alright then. So, now that I've done that, one final thing. Sylvester, because I've reached grade 9, gains the Triple Drive ability. It's time for combat. Sylvester will attack for 21 with Triple Drive on your Vanguard.
You know what? I'm not scared of what you can do. No guard.
Alright then, let's have a good kerfuffle. The first check. Oh my, that's actually quite lucky. Usually science isn't about chance, but I guess chance is still a part of life after all. Very well then, anything worth healing? Not at all. Therefore, I'll bring back Locks, because I feel like it. I like elephants. Let's return the other 2 face down. And 10,000 power will go to, let's see here. I believe I'll give it to Chat Sauvage. Okay, my second check. Ooh, Ruler Chameleon. Ah, very nice. I'm going to grant a critical to my Vanguard, and 10,000 power goes to Chat Noir. Third and final check. No trigger. Alright, we'll let you off with that for now.
Two damage. First check. No trigger. Into the round. Cards being here. Second check. No trigger.
Oh, wow. And with no defensives, it appears that I have the green light to continue my onslaught. And now, Honorary Professor Chat Noir will attack next. With its skill, I can counterblast 1. Now, straight away, I draw a card. Then, by discarding the top card of my deck, I can gain a skill depending on the card type of the card. So, let's discard. It appears to be a normal unit. Therefore, I could choose 2 units to gain 5,000 power, provided I then destroy them at the end of this turn. There are some tough choices, but I believe I know my options. I'm gonna grant 5,000 power to Shavanit, and I grant 5,000 power to my Treatise Panther. Yes, that looks quite nice.
It's 1. Over to the front.
Indeed. This is gonna be for a total of 31. Okay.
Ooh, Mecha Analyze.
Oh no!
There it is. I draw a card now.
Well, turnabout is fair play. I did do a similar action earlier, didn't I? Well, I can't complain about that. It would be unsportsmanlike and also quite droll. Therefore, I attack with Shavanit next. Shavanit gains 5,000 power. So, 31 on your 23.
Will guard with Reserve Linus. Your deck actually doesn't really give me the opportunity to activate this card's ability.
It was calculated. I believe I'm interrupting you a lot of this fight. My apologies for that. I will attack for 27 with Treatise Panther.
Once again, I guard that with a critical trigger, Silence Joker.
Alright, and for the 4th attack, take it away, Chat Savage, 31.
Guard that again, Kill Parade Mavis.
And finally, 32 with Treatise Panther.
And once more, Silence Joker to the Guardian Circle.
Well, that wasn't quite as effective as I was hoping, but I still managed to land 3 damage on you this turn, so I'll take my victory so I can get him. Now, the end phase has reached its climax, therefore, I had to resolve a couple of skills in this moment. So, Shavanit, he has to bomb for multiple reasons, not the least of which being due to his own effect to then countercharge 1. Then, from the Vanguard Shavanit skill inherited by Sylvester, I can draw a card. And, oh, I don't know about that drop. Then, I also have to get rid of Treatise Panther. However, he has nothing to say about that. He's simply destroyed, unfortunately. Ah, well. No use crying over spilled Panther. I pass the turn back to you.
Bring it home. I stand and draw.
Oh, I just realized you have 5 damage. That could be bad for me. Oh. My. Oh, you're laughing maniacally. Well, that will do it all.
Alright, start of main activate. Hello?
Yes, I'm here.
It just got real quiet all of a sudden. I had to be sure. I had to be sure you didn't faint the sheer might of my power.
I assure you my constitution is sufficient for the duration of this match.
Alright. Activating skill of Wonder Boy, it moves the soul to call out another Wonder Boy. Shuffling the deck with Wonder Boy's skill when it is placed on the rear guard circle. I get to bot deck one of the Silence Jokers in my drop zone to gain an additional 5k power.
I must say, that particular skill makes me just a tad bit jealous.
Yes. Your deck is looking pretty low there, I might say.
It is, however, I still have another turn to make things happen. You shan't be able to kill me on this turn. It's scientifically impossible.
Do you wanna bet?
I don't need bets, but go ahead and try your foolhardy strategies, whatever they may be. I will block it as always.
I call Go for Broke, activating its skill when it is placed on the rearguard circle. I pay the cost of Counterblast 1 and bind the Wonder Boy from my rearguard circle. This allows me to call another grade 1 from the deck. Multiple choice. But I think we'll go with this one for right now.
Oh, that again.
Called Sonic Blitz. Yes, this again. Pay its cost. I Soul Blast 2, draw a card, and countercharge 1. Oh, that is a very fun card I have just seen in my draw. We're gonna overcall the Ambush Dexter on the rearguard circle for a Tyrant Receiver.
Barbaric.
And then we'll call this UFO here, activating its skill, but it has 2 skills that activate. One is its first on play skill to Soul Blast 1 and check the top 3 cards of the deck. Oh, not that. It's okay, I'm not gonna find anything from there.
I forgive it.
And then the other skill gives it plus 5k power when it is placed in your Vanguard's grade 3. This is something I have to do as well. I'll call down an Agile fallback over the one already on the rearguard circle.
Oh, I see. Now we can attack from there again, but how will we get the power sufficient for combat?
That is true. I don't think I even have the chance to. It can stay there. For now. It'll probably be one to swing after the Vanguard. So, we'll start. This Go for Broke, who has also received 5k power from its own skill, will swing on the Vanguard for a grand total of 33,000. Actually, 43.
I won't guard that. It's quite large. Ah, yes. That is a Triangle Cobra to the rescue. 10,000 power will be going to Sylvester. And the critical.
At the end of the battle, Go for Broke will bind itself. Next up, Tyrant Receiver boosting UFO will attack. This is attacking you for 31,000 on the Vanguard. Oh, by the way, don't forget, Grateful Catapult gets stronger for each rearguard of mine that attacks this turn.
Yes, I haven't forgotten that annoying skill of yours. I will guard with Telescope Rabbit.
Alright. At the end of the battle, I bind my 2 rearguards in the same column, and since my hand has less than 6 cards this time, I'm allowed to draw one. Next up, I get to pay the cost of EV4, choosing a card from the bind zone, and calling it to the rear guard. We'll choose a Grateful Catapult. We'll choose a Go for Broke once again, activating its skill, paying the cost of CB1, binding Cyclone Blitz to search my deck for another grade 1 card.
Right, you can combo these abilities. I
Well,
see.
that's a bit of an unfortunate. But the more cards removed from my deck, the better. We're gonna call Cold-Blooded Advisor Cunning Brian. Right.
You
Alright,
absolute
so
boob.
Next. More. Go for Broke, boosted by Cunning Brain, will attack for 41 of the Vanguard.
I'm currently sitting at 23, so let's see here. With 23 power, if I want to block that, I need 20,000 power. How easy is that to achieve? I believe I can do it. I'm going to guard for it with Chat Savage and intercept with Chat Tuar. Bear in mind, they both have 10,000 shield as well as the intercept ability. That'll bring me up to the 43.
Alright, once again, Go for Broke finds itself. Now, finally, Grateful Catapult will make its move on the Vanguard. Paying the cost, I CD1, and I bind a card from my hand. Now, with a grand total of 5 cards in the damage zone, I'm allowed to call 5 grades worth of units from the bind zone.
Here we go.
What shall my target be? I believe I know the best one. We're gonna call 2 Go for Broke and a Tyrant Receiver.
Oh, right, they don't have to be different card names. Oh, right, and that gets 10,000 every time it attacks. Well, you are brutes after all. You only know one way to solve a problem. Hit it.
So, I'm not gonna use any of my skills right at this moment. This attack is coming at you for a grand total of 28 to the Vanguard.
28. Let's see. Yeah, that's quite the intimidating attack, so I'm going to guard with Refuge Spangle once more. I'm sure you remember him. An extra 25. Let's see. That brings me up to 48 to your 28. I'll need a little bit more for assurance. Yes, Locks. You go ahead and guard. As a matter of fact, I believe this guard was the same thing I did last time, if memory serves correctly. How about that? No pass.
Alright then. Twin Drive. First check. A draw trigger.
Oh my.
Draw a card. And we'll apply the power to the Agile fullback in the back row. Second check. No trigger.
Okay. And what will your next move be?
My next move will be to swing with... Attack getting hit. Ha! I didn't realize.
You do have a play if you had to... Oh, you don't have a charging bill collector. Well, that's unfortunate for Agile Fullback. It's a good thing I intercepted with Chat Noir when I had the chance.
Yeah, that was a bit of my own follow.
If you would like to place it on a different unit, I'll be lenient and give you the moment.
We'll put it over to this guy.
Very good.
Next up, this Go for Broke will swing for 40k on the bank.
Another 20, but I can take a damage at this stage. Oh, let's see. No, they're about the same, so I should just take this one and hope. Oh yes, once more rewarded. We're gonna get ourselves a draw, and 10,000 power goes to Sylvester.
Just don't know to give up.
Science doesn't quit, friend.
Next up, Go for Broke boosted by Tyrant Receiver attacks the Vanguard. This is attacking you for a grand total of 38. Yeah.
38, so I need 10,000 to guard that attack. Okay, then. I'll give you just that with BK Saburo.
Once again, these two get bound. Let's see. You know what? We'll choose to leave the Tyrant Seeker. For now. I am my turn.
Oh, alright then. For once, you decided to show temperance. Okay. However, with only 7 cards to the hand and 5 damage, I hardly think it'll be enough. Stand and draw. Energy charge 3. And then one last time, I ride Sylvester. We'll gain an imaginary gift XL, which means a draw. And then I retire it from Sylvester, which means another draw. I'm very dangerously low on deck, but I don't particularly care about that. I just need defense. Now, it's time to use the skill of Sylvester once more. I Soul Blast a card, and I can choose up to 2 of my honorary professors with different card names and gain their abilities. Now, I only have one that I can gain at this point, which is Sat Savage, but it's also the only one that I truly need. I counterblast 1 and place a card from hand into my soul. We'll place Telescope Rabbit. Now, from my drop zone to my hand, I add back Shavrit and Chat Noir. Okay. Chat Savage will stay there, right where he needs to be. Shavrit I'll call. Let's call Bringer of Knowledge Locks. And also Mikei Saburo. Mikei Saburo's skill, when placed on the rear circle, I can give 4,000 power to a rear guard of my choice, provided that I then destroy it at the end of the turn. I grant it to Locks. Let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. An extra 9,000 power can go to all these units. Yes, that should work out quite nicely, in fact. So we'll give 9 to Sylvester and to the rest. Let's see. Let's not forget, Treaty's Panther is a little bit special. Treaty's gains 18,000 and can attack from the back row center. Okay then. And my grade is 9 or greater, so I gain triple drive. We'll kick it off with Sylvester for a total of 22 with triple drive.
We will Kanzengaldia.
Ah, the Maryland I saw earlier.
Baron Amadeus. Nullify the attack.
The triple drive. A first check, no trigger. The second check. Ah yes, critical trigger. I'll grant it all to my Treaty's Panther. And then the third and final check. No trigger. Ah, what a shame. No matter. I attack with Treaty's Panther for 37 with a critical.
37 with the critical.
Yes.
I guard with Cheergirl Marilyn again.
Oh, great Scott! You mean to tell me that you have 2 PGs in that hand? And wait a minute. Oh no, your cutting brain is stuck in that field there of yours. You couldn't stop this attack. Alright, that brings me renewed confidence. Shavard attacks for 21.
Guard with Silent Joker.
Again, 21 with Chat Savage.
Once more, I guard with Silent Joker.
Okay. And then, just in case, I kept this as a booster. So we're going to be boosting for 17 on 22 for a total of 39 on your Vanguard.
This last card in my hand doesn't have enough shield to guard it. But I know in my deck there are still 2 heal triggers left.
Oh.
I could have at least a 1 in 4 chance of healing out of this attack. Damage.
Oh no!
X damage heal trigger.
Oh, the humanity! How could it be? You mean to tell me fortune has favored the meat brain? Ah, I rebuke that notion. Very well. I'm not done yet. At the end of the turn, Bringer of Knowledge Locks must now retreat from Mikesuburo. And Mikesuburo allows me to add up to 1 Locks from deck to hand. I won't be doing that though. Instead, I will be activating Skill of Locks. Locks can choose 2 of my normal units from my drop zone and place them on the bottom of the deck. I place Shavadit, and I'll also place Locks himself to the bottom of the deck. Then I counter charge 1, and I soul charge 1. Okay, I believe I've done some damage control there. Whew, it's a good thing I soul charged that trigger, otherwise I could be leading closer to deck out. Sometimes my own brilliance scares me. I pass the turn to you.
I stand and I draw. Oh, that's funny. Since this is my final turn, I might as well go all out.
Wait, don't tell me you drew what I think you drew.
Well, it doesn't help in this moment. You wouldn't have killed me even if you dealt an additional damage.
Oh. My.
So we call Reserver Linus and Kill Parade Mavis.
Calling you triggers, I see. Desperate.
Desperate enough, but this still will end you. I boost for a grand total of 20,000 to the Vanguard.
I intercept with Shavard.
Nope.
Sylvester, where did you go? No, you can't cock a old age yet. The university still needs you to teach for the upcoming fall semester.
Yeah. Mavis boosted by Receiver will attack for 23 on the Vanguard.
I guard with Ruler Chameleon.
Alright. These bind and I draw a card.
Oh, and because you have a card in hand, you can use that skill again.
That's exactly what I needed. Also, by the way, do not forget, every time a rearguard swings, Catapult gets even stronger. My fine zones here then.
Well, I'm waiting.
Next up, Catapult's gonna swing, activating its skill, paying the cost of CV1 and finding a card from my hand. I get to call up to 5 grades worth from my bind zone. So this is where the fun begins. What is the best? We're actually gonna leave this one.
Let's see.
We're gonna call Wonder Boy. Go for broke. Tyrant Receiver. And will that be it?
You could call another grade 1 if you so desired. You are at 5.
I do have an idea, actually. It's something I can do. What is it with? Yeah. But I know it's in my deck, so I have a plan.
You have a plan? That would require thinking.
Instead, we're gonna leave the Wonder Boy there. We're gonna... This is
I know it's a new experience, but I encourage it heavily.
Yeah, no. We'll still... yes, actually I have a much better plan. We'll set it up like this. We're gonna still call back the Wonder Boy, and immediately activate the skill of, Go for Broke, finding the, well, first, actually.
You need a Wonder Boy skill, I believe, if you wish to shuffle back a card.
We'll put back a Silence Joker. Then, with the skill of Go for Broke by finding the Agile pullback off the rearguard circle, I get to call Breachburg from my deck and shuffle. The Breachburg call gains an additional 5k power on its own.
Ooh, and with Breach Spur you can put back a card, I see.
This gets a lot of power. This also gets some power. Alright then, this attack is coming at you for 23.
23, max is 43, so to go up to the 48 required for a no-pass, I need 35 shield. I can manage that. I guard with Refuge Spangle, and I also guard with Chat Noir. That'll be for a no-pass thanks to the 10,000 shield from Chat Noir and the extra power or shield from Spangled. It seems every time you attack with Catapult there will be a Spangled for it.
That is quite annoying, I must say. Now, first check, critical trigger.
Oh no!
All effects to the Breach Spur. Here's a little fun fact. My deck is nothing but triggers.
What?
Yeah.
But that's scientifically impossible!
I give all effects to go for broke.
A high-level deck compression strategy? From these jocks? I refuse to believe as such. You just got lucky. That's it. Lucky.
Alright. What's over my next course? I do have it. Out of that. Alright. We're gonna swing Breach Spurt boosted by Wonder Boy, activating the effect of Breach Spurt. I choose a card from my drop zone and put it back on the bottom of the deck. I'll put Wonder Boy.
Ooh, interesting.
So this attack is coming at you, plus the Force Marker's power. 48,000.
Oh, that's awkward. So I need to go up to 53, which is a 40 shield. Okay, I know how to do this. From my drop zone, I'm going to activate the skill of Shellmaster. By removing a cable sheep from the game, I can superior call Shellmaster as a guardian once more. Shield plus 20,000. I then guard with Ruler Chameleon and Baku from the hand.
At the end of this battle, Breach Spurt moves to the soul, and I'm forced to draw another card.
I know what you mean by force. We're both in dire straits, it appears, with our decks.
Go for Broke, boosted by Tyrant Receiver, now attacks. Yes, I've already applied all the correct power. This is also swinging for 48 on the Vanguard.
In which case, I will use Shellmaster once more by removing Finecoat Maltese. Superior call. And then let's get Triangle Cobra and... You could make a call, but the only thing you could call wouldn't have much power behind it, so... I believe I would be safe. Let's see, the worst thing that you could call is another Go for Broke. Oh, I see. In which case, guard with Treaty's Panther. 53 once more.
Yes, you read my mind. The two units in the same column are bound. I'm forced to once again draw another card. And then I call back by paying the cost of EV4. And another Go for Broke. Unfortunately, I don't have the amount of CP required.
Try and push for the end game.
I don't see any other sentinels. Still, I swing for 30,000 on the Vanguard.
I guard with Triangle Cobra and Ruler Chameleon. Oh.
So I could end it there. I pass my turn.
Okay then, let's stand and draw.
So what I must know is, unless you have a way of putting cards back into the deck, your Vanguard will be unable to swing.
Are you sure about that? Have you counted my honorary professors lately? As you see, between my soul and rearguard circle, I have a total of 1, 2, 3, and 4, which means Sylvester's total grade is 8. He's insufficiently powered in order to gain that skill. And I'm going to keep it that way. Now,
Let's see what you can do.
rightio, I call Treaty's Panther and Triangle Cobra from my hand. Is there any reason to gaining these skills? No, it's not even worth the Soul Blast. So... But you know what? I'll do it just for giggles. I Soul Blast 1 and I'll gain the ability of Chat Sauvage once more. And because I have no cards to give and I can't call anything, so I can't use Chat Sauvage's skill. It is indeed my final turn. I have a total of 4 added grades for grade 8. 8,000 power to all of my units. But it'll be 16 for Treaty's Panther. Let's see. 4 cards in the hand. But Don't think I've forgotten about your drop zone. I know you clearly have some sentinels stored away in there. It seems you may be able to survive this turn, but it's only a may. It's simply gonna have to come down to the cards. So what say you? Shall we make this the last turn?
Bring it on!
Alright. I begin in earnest with Sylvester himself. This will be for 31 with the twin drive on Grateful Catapults. 21, I mean.
Now, you wanna know something funny?
I'd rather not.
I've kept track of your deck. And if memory serves me correct, there should only be one trigger in there.
Oh no, you're quite right about that.
So we're gonna guard and intercept with Go for Broke. This is normally a 2 triggers to hit. But with your deck of 2 blanked, that won't be hit.
Check one. Rule the Chameleon though, so I'm gonna get all the effects to my Treaty's Panther.
The one on the front or the one on the back?
In the back. And second check is... it's a blank as you surmised. Oh, no, come back here, Shavit. You're to be to my hand. Oh no, I've only got 1 card left. I need this to work. Come on. Treaty's Panther, you're next. 35 with a critical on Grateful Catapult.
30. Well, taking a taking a page out of your book, I'm gonna banish the cheer girl Marilyn from the drop zone. To call out cold-blooded advisor, Cunning Brain, and then activating its skill to get 20,000 shield and call down a trigger.
Oh. In which case, treaties again, 25.
We'll guard that with a critical trigger.
21 or 20 with Chatsabaj.
20? Making me laugh. Mecha Analyzer will guard that.
Let's see. 13 plus 16 is 29. Oh no, but if I got, hold on a second, how many sentinels do you have in there? Oh, so if I attack with both, it doesn't matter either way. Oh, this is tragic. I can't believe it. I can't believe. 13.
What? Wait, how can this attack from the back row?
It can't. You're right. I forgot. It has to be 16 boosting for 29. Oh no!
No, that is wrong. By once again banishing the Maryland from the drop zone, Cunning Brain comes back, guarding for 30.
With 1 card left in deck, I lose.
I can simply stand, draw, and pass the turn over to you, good sir.
Inconceivable! It can't be! Okay, that was the fight. The freaking fight I did! That was one of the best fights of the whole season! Inconceivable! So funny, dude. Oh man, these decks just had the grind game, dude. They did not give an inch. That was freaking fun and hilarious at the same time. I hope y'all enjoyed that. We certainly did. So if you guys did like this fight night, then definitely be sure to check out the other V Revival fight nights if you haven't already, or just fight nights in general. We do a lot of these here on this channel. We're like around 140, I think, or something at this stage. It's quite a bit. And Having said that, that's going to do it for the penultimate V Revival Fight Night. So, as I'm sure a lot of you surmised, the last two are going to be Gold Paladin and Genesis squaring off for the finale to end off the V Revival showcases. So, definitely want to be there. And just to make sure you don't miss it, how about you click that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell for the next time that I upload a video. Like I said, you won't want to miss it. And if you're looking for the Vanguard content in the meantime, then look no further. We've got top 10s, anime reactions, which we're about to get to, funnily enough, other fight nights like these, and custom card reveals, and so much more. So check it out. With that said, take care, and God bless y'all.
Have a good night, everybody.